Here is an explanation for the answer to final exam question number 35 in Electronics Demystified, 2nd edition. If you have the printed book, you'll find it on page 424. We're talking about an audio waveform here. This is a rendition of a sine wave, or at least the best I could reasonably do to graph an audio sine wave as a graph of instantaneous amplitude, positive going up that way and negative going up down that way, as a function of time. So time goes from past to future like that, and we might have, say, I don't know, 500 hertz. That means that one cycle would take 1/500th of a second. A pure audio sine wave then would look something like this. A really good audio oscillator will produce a sine wave like this. If there's no distortion whatsoever, then you will get a perfect sine wave. But that's not usually what happens. What usually happens is that you get harmonic energy in addition to the sine wave. Now, what I've shown here, the blue waveform, is the second harmonic. That's twice the fundamental frequency, which is this black waveform here. The green wave is the fourth harmonic. That is the 4 times the frequency of the fundamental. So for every cycle of the fundamental, you get 2 cycles of the second harmonic, 1, 2, and 4 cycles of the fourth harmonic. Now, if you have a waveform like this, and this is much more common than an audio sine wave, you almost always will get some harmonic content in addition to the fundamental frequency. And that's what makes, for example, a clarinet sound different than a flute that plays the same note. Sounds different from say a trumpet that plays the same note, which will sound different than a violin that plays the same note. And all of those things, of course, have harmonic content in them because none of them produce that. Only a really good audio oscillator will produce that, or a music synthesizer, one of these electronic synthesizers, can produce almost any waveform. It could produce something like this, could produce something like that, could produce all kinds of things. But the timbre is the quality of the sound. Some people call it the tone. That's a little bit of a misnomer, but the timbre, T-I-M-B-R-E, of a sound depends entirely on the energy at harmonic frequencies relative to the energy at the fundamental frequency. That includes distortion that might occur in the speaker or headset itself. But once again, the correct choice here is C.